The War Within hotfixes are in. You know, servers are now live for early access, which means fixes are now going live as well. So let's talk a little bit about some of the fixes, an interview with Holly Longdale, and a few special events going on. Today is the first Saturday of early access as well, and the first Saturday of the War Within. So a little event going on. We'll talk about that. But here we go. Classes, fixes, here we go. Shadow Priest fixed an issue causing Void Tendrils from Idle Cthulhu to attack enemies not in combat with the Priest. Oh no, pulling aggro, that sucks. Okay. Delves, Brand should no longer sometimes get stuck flying his Griffin into a wall. That would have been nice to see. I didn't actually see that issue, but that's pretty funny. Tak Wrath and Abyss fixed an issue where air bubbles created by rescuing and preserving Niffin would not stick around. Some other events here corrected an issue where the theater trope audience approval rewards were not being granted. So that's good, that gets fixed. And Professions, we got an enchanting fix here. It was an actual issue from Blizzard themselves. They had to disable a weekly quest that was unintentionally available for early access people. Now, some people already did it, and they're not going to go back and take away the knowledge that people gained from it, but what they are going to do is try to increase the knowledge for the first weekly reset for people who didn't complete the event. So if you did, you're not going to get this knowledge bonus, but if you didn't, you get a little bit of extra knowledge this week to try to catch up for Blizzard's mistake of enabling this weekly quest that was not supposed to be enabled in the first place. Beyond that, a bunch of little quest fixes here and there, issues, with some things, minor stuff that's been going on. Overall, honestly, the launch has been pretty smooth, I feel like, for a lot of people. Me in particular, I didn't notice any real big issues, other than maybe some frame rate drops during the Dalaran crashing and stuff like that, but otherwise it's been pretty good. Oh, what is this? We're interrupting the news for a message from Samiccus. Here's the thing, guys. I wanted to reach out to the people of YouTube and just let you know I'm, in fact, a man of the people. You see some of those people in the black box down below in the corner of the screen because this news segment, like all news segments from Samiccus, are filmed before a live studio audience. That's right. We're live on Twitch Monday through Friday, special stream on Saturday today. And it's 5 a.m. Eastern time here. That's when I go live. So if you're early in the morning, you're an early riser on the other side of the world staying up late, come on by. Stop on by on Twitch, Samiccus here, where we talk news and talk WoW. It's always a good time. Back in the news, and we're talking about a PC Gamer interview with Holly Longdale. What Blizzard should have done differently. So Holly actually got a little bit into her feels in this recent interview, talking about her time as the leader of World of Warcraft and her time in WoW as a player and a leader. So some highlights from the interview. Holly only recently joined the WoW team in 2020, but offered insights as both a longtime player and recent leader. Her tenure at the company has been marked with significantly more transparent and in-game content. So yeah, transparency has been much better here since Holly's taken over. I really do give her credit for that. When asked about one thing she might change in WoW's history, I think we should have listened to the player base more, she said. Navigating feedback while keeping the game intact is a difficult balance for developers. The balance had been disrupted with the release of Shadowlands, as indicated not only by feedback but by subscriber numbers. Oh no, so she's admitting Shadowlands was a bit of a debacle. Oh yeah, I guess they really can't hide that. It truly was. Throughout Dragonflight and its development, Blizzard had recommitted to listening to player feedback, and WoW has turned around as a direct result. True, very true. Game development over the last 20 years has dramatically changed. Where it was initially driven by instinct and passion, now how players give feedback has changed in the age of social media, where it was previously relegated to centralized forums. Strategy has shifted now to listening to feedback from a variety of sources, but also verify those discussions with in-game analytics to really get into the core of the problem. In the past, Blizzard took a long time to respond to players, especially in Shadowlands. There, dig after dig for Shadowlands. There it is. Though pandemic working conditions were a major factor, they committed themselves to creating content during the pandemic, but it wasn't the right stuff. Blizzard is taking those lessons to heart and using it as guidance for WoW's future. And you could tell that, honestly. You could really tell that Blizzard really is taking it more seriously in terms of feedback, whether it was through alpha and beta or just general feedback from players. I feel like Blizzard is listening more. It seems like every time we ask for something, we get some type of version of it in the game. So it's been really nice to see this flavor change, essentially, from Blizzard. And Holly doesn't get a lot of credit for that, I think. Happy Saturday, you magnificent bastard. Yes, and what an ultimate Saturday stream. How about that, huh? Everyone knows Shadowland was a big fat L. Yep. It's good that they're admitting it. You know, I feel like for when WoD took its hit that it did for a lack of content, Blizzard kind of held back on talking about it for a while. With Shadowlands, they've been pretty forthright in saying, yeah, it was a mistake. Moving on to things that are not a mistake. Fishing in the War Within. So, fishing in the War Within has actually been pretty cool. There's been a lot of added stuff here. From the coin of Xal'atath and the falling of Dalaran, if you fished in one of the Dalaran sewer ponds or whatever before Dalaran crashed, you could have gotten a rare coin from Xal'atath. No real meaning to it or anything, but it was a pretty cool little tidbit there. Well, now, players are realizing that there's some gear to be had from fishing. That's right, some lucky players have found that some new cosmetics have been appearing exclusively from fishing, and these are some of the cosmetics. So an extra large leak, we're talking like full-on weapons here. Dornagal's hammer, the guard splitter, Dornagal defender shield, the Corway sledgehammer, Corway pickaxe. Like, these are really cool, just little things that you could only get by fishing, and people have been fishing them out of the ponds. Now, where have they been fishing them out of? Well, some of these things have been coming from the pools in Dornagal, the capital city of itself. Major ones coming from treasure pools. Like, what is this? When you fish them out, they come out as the floating deep treasure or shore treasure, if you want. And by the way, continuing on with fishing, today is the first Saturday of the War Within. It's early access time, but it is a Saturday, which means the Hallowfall Fishing Derby has kicked off. If you didn't know what this was, this is an event that happens every Saturday in the War Within, and it's a timed event, so you're going to want to get in here and get this done in the time that's allowed for it. But once you accept it, you essentially have 1 hour to get in and fish as much as you can. And while you're fishing in that 1 hour, you can get these things called Meridal Derby marks, okay? So you earn one for each unique fish you catch during the event. And you could then turn this quest in, get some more marks, and then use the marks to buy specific items. So there's all kinds of stuff here. We'll talk about a little bit about this mount because it's a bit different. But we have cool transmogs here. I mean, this is actually a pretty nice transmog, I'm not going to lie. If you're into looking like a scuba diver from back in the day, this is a really cool and highly detailed transmog that you can get through this tournament by using the currency that we just talked about. Another thing you can get are some cool pets. This shield, man, Fallen Dalaran's Defender shield. I mean, look at this thing. This is a really cool looking shield. Yeah. Some toys, a little hat here, some really cool looking backpacks as well. Some more Dalaran related stuff, so really cool. Now this mount itself, obviously one of the cooler mounts. I love these angler mounts, man. This looks great. So how do you get this one from the fishing tournament? This is actually an achievement related mount connected to the tournament. So you have to get this one by doing the Derby Dash, which is an achievement that requires you to turn in the quest within a time limit. Basically, you have to fish out every single fish within the allotted time. Now, so that's going to take a lot of maybe some RNG luck, but at the same time, just commitment of throwing out that lure over and over again and trying to catch all the fish. If you get this achievement, yes, you will unlock this beautiful, gorgeous anglerfish mount, which is a really cool mount. Honestly, one of the I love the anglerfish in general since they revealed it back when we were doing Dragonflight stuff, and this is pretty cool. So get in here, participate in the Hallowfall fishing tournament, and you never know, you might get the achievement. Now, if you're a hardcore player and you want to hardcore level through this thing, I've been taking my time personally, and I suggest other people do the same so you don't burn out too early. But if you don't have time for fishing, you don't have time for anything else, you just want to grind out those levels as fast as you can, well, this is the way to do it. Yeah, people have been hitting level 80 in less than 3 hours by using this little tidbit here. So if you guys remember back in Mists of Pandaria Remix, we talked about how bringing one lower level character can essentially make the dungeon easier, and then you power through it. That's what people have been doing. So similar to Mop Remix, having a lower level character in the group while you run an instance gives you a faster instance run, because it kind of lessens the health pools of all the guys in the instance. So basically re-queuing over and over, maybe rotating with a friend and he brings his main, then you switch off and you bring a lower level character. Doing that over and over has created a very fast way to level up, just instance queuing over and over. Now, as I said, me personally, I'm taking it slow, enjoying the leveling process, not making it about just hitting cap. But if you want to hit cap, this is the best way to do it. Here it is, another thing about how to optimize gear. So if you guys know, you can get Coffer Keys right now. So Coffer Keys are the things that you use in Bountiful Delves to unlock the extra chests that come from those. But right now, Bountiful Delves, until Season 1 kicks off, are limited to rank Tier 3. you want to use these for really tier 8 delves, because those are going to give you heroic level raid gear. So you probably want to get these coffer keys, gather them up, but don't use them until the season kicks off. That's the best way. That's the strat right now that everyone's using who really wants to optimize gear. Again, right now you can only get tier 3 gear from these, which is 587. Now, these bountiful delves aren't live right now on the early access, but they will be soon. But in that window where the real game has launched and the Season 1 has begun, you probably don't want to use the coffer keys, because instead of a 587 piece, you can get a 616 item level piece if you hang on to them. So hanging on to those coffer keys might be the real strat that you want to go for here. And last but not least, if you're a Discord user and you stream WoW, or you don't stream WoW, you just maybe have the ability to stream through Discord, you might want to do it for 15 minutes, because if you do, you can get Parlock. Yes, Parlock is a little quest. If you go into Discord right now, you'll see a little box at the bottom that shows kind of a questing acceptance. Essentially, I could bring that up real quick and show you guys, because it shows up on mine here. I accepted the quest. I'm currently not streaming, but it showed up right here for me. If you accept the quest, you stream on Discord for 15 minutes, you can unlock yourself this cool little pet. So yeah, if you're into pets and you want to get all the pets in the game, this is a nice little easy way to get one in 15 minutes.